In this lesson, I will go through the basics about Excel. I'll show you how to open and close the application, and you will get a general idea of what you can do with it. To open Excel, I will go to the Windows Start button, I will click in the search box, and I will start typing Excel. As soon as I type the first letters, the application appears in the search results, so I can click and I will click on the application, and as simple as that, the application opens. Then I need to select the template on which my workbook will be based. It's okay if you don't understand what templates are. I'll talk more about templates towards the end of this series of lessons. For now, all I need to do is click on blank workbook in order to create a new workbook and open Excel. Now to close Excel, I simply need to click on the X at the top right corner, just like with all Windows applications. I can also open an Excel file by double-clicking on it. Here on the desktop I have the building management file. I will double-click on it and Excel opens and directly loads the file. Let me talk now a bit about what Excel really is. Whichever way you open the program, you will see this environment. Excel's main purpose is to perform calculations. Generally, it produces results from the data you provide. For instance, if in the file I opened, you can see an analysis of shared expenses for a building for the first half of the year. I input the amounts for each expense and it calculates the totals. There's also a second worksheet named proportions. These worksheets down here can also be referred to as tabs. I will click on the proportions worksheet, and here you can see the analysis per tenant, giving you the ability to see what each one will pay based on their share. Remember, in Excel, a worksheet or tab, there are these things down here. You might find this complex at first, but by the end of these lessons you will be able to create something like this, and it won't be difficult at all. The general idea is to create such worksheets where you can input data and produce various results based on them. Just a few seconds ago, you heard me mention a workbook. This is similar to a document in Word. Now I'm in the building management workbook. In Excel, the extension is XLSX, similar to the docx extension in Word. A workbook can contain many worksheets, many tabs. As I said, a worksheet or a tab is the same thing. Here I have the proportions and common expenses worksheets, and each worksheet can contain many columns. I will click on letter A, so what I have selected now is a column. It also has many rows. I will click on number 3 on the left, and this is a row. To be accurate, it can contain more than 16,000 columns and a little over 1 million rows. You can create huge tables with lots of data inside. This is what Excel is all about. As for the worksheets, you can have as many worksheets as your computer's memory allows. Generally, you have a lot of space here, and it's unlikely you will exceed the limits I mentioned earlier, at least not with the basic level skills. The last thing I'd like to mention is that each cell within the table has a specific name. This name is derived from its column and row. I will click on cell C4 so that you can understand what I mean. The name of this cell is C4 because it is on column C and on row 4. Notice that when a cell is selected, the column letter and the row number they appear in a highlighted way so that you can understand where you are. The cell name also appears at the top left corner in an area that is called name box. Now I will click on cell B3, and here it tells me it's cell B3 because it is in column B and row 3. That's all for this lesson, just a very brief introduction in the world of Excel, nothing more. Thank you for watching.